Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to BS Rugby and to this watch long on Saturday lunchtime. It is Scotland against the Springboks. Really excited to get this one going. And of course, it is a Scotland watch long. I have to get a Scotsman on. It is, of course, my good friend Kyle from Cap Starkey. Kyle, how you doing?
Can't seem to hear you, mate.
You can't hear me?
Aye.
Let me have a look. Let me see if I'm coming through.
I can't seem to hear you.
I'm coming through on the screen, so it's your side, I'm afraid. So see if you can fix that while I keep talking, and we'll get that fixed with Kyle in a second. But welcome along to the watch along, Scotland against the Springboks. Good to see some of you in the chat already. Connor Crowley's in the chat. Hope you're doing well, Connor. You're back in Scotland today at Ireland. And, of course, we're going to be doing an Ireland All Blacks watch-along straight after this game, so do stick around for that. Hello to Gregor. Hope you're doing well, mate. Should win, but the Boks are pretty good. They are indeed. Pietro's in the chat. Hope you are well. Let's see if Kyle can hear us now. Kyle, can you hear me? Yeah, you can hear me?
Yes.
How you doing, mate?
Yeah, good. I had no idea what went on there. It just seemed to cut out my audio receiver for some reason. So, but I've sorted it out now. I just had to relog back in.
All good, all good. Welcome along. I love the shirt. When's that shirt from? It's pretty old.
2007.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I have no idea what my other one is, so I just picked this one out from the wardrobe today.
Hey, it's not a bad one. Freddie, shout out to you, mate. Hope you're doing well as well. Kyle, let's have a chat then about last week. You beat Australia, obviously. What did you make of the performance?
Efficient. We did the job. Could argue we got a bit lucky that Australia had a try or two chalked off, albeit one of them was rightly chalked off. Yeah, just happy we were able to get the win. It was a tough game. Just a shame there wasn't a bit more open running rugby, but I'll take the win.
Yeah, definitely. I thought, you got the job done, something that you needed to do, really, and something that Scotland are getting much better at. Let's have a chat then about this game. Quickly looking at the history of this game, the last time these two teams met was back in 2018. It was a win for the Springboks that day. The Springboks winning that one 26-20. And Scotland actually haven't beaten the Springboks since 2010 when they beat them at Murrayfield. Bit of a throwback there as they won that one 21-17. I asked someone when I did a preview for this game, I asked about the question, is there like a hoodoo over the fact that you haven't beaten them in so long? First in Wales, certainly there is with the New Zealand. I mean, we haven't beaten them for flipping 60 years, but for you guys, it's over a decade. Do you think that does play into the mind of the players, or do you think this Scotland team is in such a good place now that that isn't an issue?
I wouldn't say so, really, Brandon. I think probably the last time we played them, we actually played pretty well. It was quite an even game that day, I remember. But just I think a few sloppy moments of decision making cost us from possibly getting the win. And then as the South African pack do, they sort of wore us down a bit towards the end of if I remember rightly, of that game. But no, I don't think the fact we haven't beaten them in 11 years is a massive factor. I think we can. The last time we played them, a fair chunk of the team that are playing today were playing that game. So, I think they can, we can go into it with some confidence. But obviously, South Africa being the defending world champions, they're going in as favourites.
Yeah, I agree. I think they do go in as favourites, but I think we're in for a good one. Isabel, good luck to Scotland. Absolutely. What is the Scotland team for the match? We're going to show you now, just after I close my window, because the local fire engine has decided to go past at this time. So we're just going to close that quickly.
They always pick their moments.
There we go, all sorted. Perfect. Right then, I'm back. Let's have a look at the team then, and I'll get your thoughts on it and what you make of it. This is how Scotland line up today. Starting with the fullback then, Stuart Hogg is at fullback. Rufus McLean comes into this one alongside Duhan van der Merwe. Chris Harris starts in the centre alongside Matt Scott. So no Sam Johnson. Finn Russell at 10, Ali Price at 9. In the front row then, you got Pierre Schumann, Stuart McInally and Xander Fagerson. Sam Skinner and Grant Gilchrist are the locks. Nick Haining comes in at 6. And then you got Jamie Ritchie then at 7 with Matt Fagerson then at 8. Let's have a quick look at the bench, and let me just remove that. So Ewan Ashman, Jamie Batty, Ollie Kebble, Jamie Hodson, Hamish Watson on the bench, George Horn, Adam Hastings, and Blair Kinghorn. Your thoughts on that team, Kyle? Do you think that's a good team? Do you think that's a team that's capable of going and beating the Springboks?
Yes, I do. I think, obviously, the big surprise being Hamish Watson. He's been having a few problems with his groin recently, so I think Gregor's more looking to him the last 20 minutes to see if he can bring something extra. But, of course, bringing in Nick Hainan, who's a bit of a more powerful ball carrier, which makes me, I don't want to say worry, but just like I hope they don't like take the Boks on like at their own game, like pound for pound, because as we know, the Boks, they can live with that against anyone. So I think that's where hopefully we're smart with bringing on Mish on the last 20 minutes, and we can sort of counter them at the more breakdown way and sort of get around the power game where we can. And the back line, obviously, Rufus McLean had an excellent game a couple of weeks ago, scored 2 cracking tries. Looking forward to seeing what he can bring to the table today. I think, and obviously he's up against a try-scoring machine in Mapimpi, so he'll have to be on his guard in defence. A bit surprised Darcy. I think Darcy Graham's maybe got an injury. I'm not sure. I think Kyle Stain, who's done well the past couple of weeks, can feel a bit hard done by that he's not in the 23 at all. And Matt Scott has been obviously going well for Leicester, so it's no surprise to see him back in the team at all.
I think the big thing about this Scotland team now is the depth, isn't it? That you're able to rest not rest, but you're able to say, okay, they may not be 100% fit, so we're right to put them on the side. We do have the teams coming out now. We'll quickly have a look at the Springboks side. This is how they line up for this game. So Che plays up top with Mbonambi and Nyakane, with Etzebeth and Mostert playing in the locks. Khaleesi is captain at 6, with Quagga Smith, who was exceptional last week, playing alongside Dwayne Vermeulen. Herschel Yantes plays alongside Yantes as well. They're not brothers, though. Damien Diolande and Lucan Yuam, potentially the best centre partnership in the world at centre. James Creel then plays on the wing, Mapimbi on the wing, and then LaRue also on the wing. Of course, on the bench of the bomb squad of Malcolm Mark, Stephen Kitsoff, and Vincent Koch, with De Jager, Wies, Reinach Pollard on the bench, and then also Stain. What do you make of that team, Kyle? A little bit of rotation there. You think they're taking too many risks?
I'm a bit surprised Pollard's been dropped to the bench, because I would have thought after the way he kicked in that Lions second test, where he basically put the bombs up, and obviously both Duan and Hoggy are playing today, I would have thought they would have put Pollard in for that job of just putting the bombs up on those two to try and test them out. But according to like a couple of my South African pals I've been chatting to on Facebook and that, they say they don't think he's been in the best of form, so it's no real surprise he's been dropped. Obviously, that front row rated among the best in the world, so I don't think we'll beat them, but we have to get at the very least parity. And I'm looking forward to seeing how Duhan, if we can get Duhan van der Merwe on one-on-one with Jesse Creel, because obviously Creel's more a specialist outside centre than a winger. That'll be something I'm looking forward to. But I am a bit surprised that they didn't, after the way Fran Stain played last week against Wales, I'm a bit surprised they didn't start him at full-back, and they've gone for the experience there in Willie LaRue, more obviously plays full-back, they're a regular full-back. So that surprised me a bit, because I thought Fran Stain did enough to keep his place after last week.
Yeah, I think what this team screams to me is that they're going to kick a lot. They are certainly going to kick a lot in this one. Just quick hello to Tynus. Hello, hope you're doing well. Good afternoon to you. Hello to Janet from South Australia. Hope you're doing well as well. Quickly then, just before we get going, 2 key battles I felt that could be quite big. Jamie Ritchie against Sia Khaleesi. How do you see this one going? It's a huge battle, that back row. The breakdown's going to be really important, you feel, today, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I think this is where we could mish a bit, in that, I think Mish is a bit better around the breakdown area than Jamie is, but I think Jamie's got more than got in him to give Sia Khaleesi a hard time. I mean, Sia Khaleesi has been excellent this year, both as captain and as a player for the Boks. So, I think it's going to be a really tough battle. But I think if Jamie Ritchie is smart enough, he can certainly cause them a few problems. He's capable in the breakdown, but I don't think he's got quite as good as Mish is. But again, that's my thoughts there. I think that's going to be a really tough one, but I want one that Jamie's certainly capable of, at the very least, showing himself in.
Definitely, I 100% agree. The other battle I thought was quite interesting just because of who South Africa were missing. Of course, they're missing Faf. He is currently out injured. He's actually part of the
He's one of the pundits today,
TV coverage for Amazon. So Ali Price against Herschel Yantes. How do you see this one going? Yantes certainly more of a forward-thinking player, but we saw last week that when things weren't working 2 or 3 phases, he just set up the box kick straight away. We expecting the same from him this week, do you think?
I would actually, because again, just with the way South Africa play, they normally, again, like chunk it up through the forwards, and if that doesn't go anywhere, they just normally stick it up in the air and put pressure on the defending back three normally. So yeah, I think I'm expecting to see a fair bit of kicking from him, but also I think Ali Price showed in the summary he's more incapable of at the very least matching the best of them at scrum half. So again, I think I'm hoping he can, keep Yantes under control today. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's going to be the big challenge, isn't it? To try and keep them under control. So finally then, just as we're waiting for Flower Scotland to start singing around Murrayfield, how do you see this one going? Where's your confidence at ahead of this game, and how do you see the game plan developing?
Well, I think as usual with South Africa, we all know how they're going to generally play, like big boys up front and just their back line looking to get in behind the defence, whether it's through kicking or, and then obviously a back line very capable of exploiting in open play as well. So I just expect the box just to come out and try and barrage us and bully us up front and through the crash balls in the back line. And hopefully we've got the nous to handle it. And if we can keep the ball in hand and spread it wide, we've got every chance. So
predictions then? How are you seeing it going?
Sod it. Scotland by 3.
Oh, okay. I actually have gone the opposite way. I think South Africa by 3 to 5. I think it'd be very close, but I just look at the bench that South Africa can bring on and think, wow, that is a heck of a bench that could really impact the game. But really excited for this game. Don't forget, folks, if you're new here, to hit the subscribe button. Check out Kyle's channel as well. I'll drop a link in the chat in just a second. But subscribe here, leave a like on the stream, get involved in the chat. We're not actually showing the game. I don't have as much money as Amazon Prime, unfortunately. Yeah, legal reasons, of course. So if you are expecting that, this is not the place for you. It's just a commentary. We have a good chat about the game. It's live on Amazon Prime. So that is where you can find the game. But
just loving watching. I'm loving watching South Africans and our team singing "Flower of Scotland." So.
We're ready for kickoff. So once again, quickly, I'll just fly through the teams. Once again, Stuart Hogg at fullback with Rufus McLean and Duan van der Merwe on the wings. Chris Harris and Matt Scott in the centres, Ali Price and Finn Russell at 9 and 10. Front row then is Pierre Schumann, Stuart McAnally and Xander Fagerson, with Sam Skinner and Grant Gill. Chris has the locks, and then Nick Haynin, Jamie Ritchie and Matt Fagerson is the back row. The Springboks line up like this, with Willie LaRue at fullback, Creel on the wing, with Mapimbi also on the wing, Damien Diolande, Lucanio Am in the centre, Herschel Yantes alongside Yantes at the halfback. In the front row then, Unche, Mbonambi and Nyakane, with Etzebeth and Mostert in the locks. And the back row is Khaleesi, Vermeulen and Quagga Smith. We're ready for it. I am backing the Springboks to get the job done. I'd love Scotland to do it. I would love Scotland to do it, but do get your predictions in the chat, folks. I asked someone on my preview this question: how big would this victory be for Scotland? Because against Australia weren't great. They were missing a few of their players. How big a victory, how big of a statement would this be for Scottish rugby, do you think?
Oh, it'd be massive. Like I say, you can beat the world champions. Absolutely huge. And as you've already alluded to, we haven't beaten them in 11 years. So, yeah, if we can get one over them today, absolutely, it'd be a huge confidence thing. So, and showing that we actually are, like, I think we're slowly gaining respect as a good team now, but I think this would show, we're definitely to be taken more seriously. I've seen some of the scores, like folk predicting South Africa by 20, which I'm not saying couldn't happen, but I just think is a wee bit, my personal opinion, a wee bit disrespectful. But again, we'll see what happens. Yeah, we will do. We'll have to wait and see. Tynus is back in the box by 16 to retake the #1 spot in the world. We'll have to see. Scotland by 16 for Connor. So Connor back in Scotland to win. Quite a comfortable victory there. But I do think that Scotland have really developed so much of the last few years. When you think about it, 10 years ago, maybe a little bit more than that, if we were going to Murrayfield,
or we were welcoming you to Cardiff. It was a win. Scotland were going to finish fifth in the Six Nations, and now going into next year's Six Nations, I'm not so confident, so we won't talk about that too much. But we're just, I think we're having a moment for Remembrance Weekend, of course.
Tom Smith coming in.
So we're just waiting for that. Just a quick reminder then, later on, we will be doing a watch-along for this game, Ireland against the All Blacks. Coverage starts at 3. with kickoff at 3:15. So do hit the subscribe button, ready for that later on. But our focus is, of course, here on Scotland against South Africa. I'm really excited for this. Really, really excited. Yeah. And yeah, it's a big game. So you're back in Scotland. I'm back in the Springboks. It's going to be a close one, I think. I think it's going to be a close one. And I'm really excited for this now. So
Tom Smith, legend.
Yeah.
Scotland. Of course. Probably my favourite prop of all time, and obviously absolutely horrible what he's been through lately with his cancer. So
yeah, good moment for him and his family, of course, to be able to bring the ball out. So Scotland in their away kit. Don't forget, we're not showing the game. It's just a watch along. So don't think we're showing the game, because we're really not. But you can join us and have a chat and listen and get your thoughts in the chat as always. And let us know your predictions for this game. Fury, no, it won't be. It's not going to be shown here. It's just a commentary. It's live on Amazon Prime. I'm not sure where it's live in South Africa. So there we go. But we're ready to go. What do Scotland need to get right in the opening 20 minutes? What do you want to see from them?
At the very least, get some parity up front. Show the box we're not going to be bullied. If we can get a big hit in early on, big hit or 2 big hits in early on, even that'll be great, just to make a statement. And yeah, and again, just be sensible with the ball. Like don't rush it, because I felt that was my problem last week. I felt we rushed a bit too much at times. So just try and sometimes just go through the phases and. Again, just try and make, at very least, get parity in the collision contests and also the scrums as well, of course. Yeah,
definitely. I've just kicked off here, so I'm on 15 seconds. Where are you up to, mate?
Oh, I'm just literally, they're just about to kick off.
Okay, I'll pause it. Let me know when you get to 20 seconds, and then we'll carry on from there. And at least then we'll.
The problem is I can't tell when it's 20 seconds on my thing, so yeah, give me a. Okay. I'll just time it 20 seconds when they kick off.
Cool. As long as we're 1 or 2 seconds in, that's fine, I think.
Okay, had you just kicked off?
No. Well, yeah, 25 seconds in.
Okay. 5 more seconds, 1 sec. Okay, that's 25, yeah.
There we go. So just had a line out, yeah?
Yeah.
Perfect. There we go. We seem to be on the right there. Yeah. So Scotland are with the line out. It's just outside the 22. They go to the phase and straight away.
I dropped it.
They're looking to play, but a knock on from Finn Russell, but really looking to speed the game up early there. The score is up now, Connor. 0-0. Just started the game here. So welcome along to the watch along, folks. It's going to be a busy day on the channel. Definitely 2 watch alongs, potentially even a 3rd. There is. It's on the bottom of the screen. Tynus. Scotland 0-0, South Africa. So a minute into this one. So scrum to the Springboks. As Kyle has a wee.
No, it's just my juice.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have poured it out right in front of my microphone there.
It's all good. It's all good. But I think very early on there, we saw Scotland are looking to play quick, aren't they? Very quick. The ball's straight out, going to the backs. Lots of little runners.
Yeah.
So very clear. Let's have a look at this scrum. Scrum goes down. Penalty
come on, just
to the Springboks. Fakerson. Penalised. And it's important in the scrum that that the ref doesn't start to think, the Springboks definitely have the dominance here, because that's what happened to us. We were battered at the scrum.
Yeah.
Last week,
that is my worry actually. Yeah. And obviously, early doors, you know the scrums you want to get your upper hand on, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt Angus Gardner went for a bit of a lottery there with that one.
Yeah. But last week you had the dominance over Australia. I mean, James Slipper really struggled, didn't he, against you? So interesting to see how you get on this week. But line out to the Springboks, just outside the 10-metre line. It is claimed, and the driving maul is set and an advantage for early engagement from Scotland. So opportunity here.
I think I was side entry from.
Side entry. My bad.
I was two of them, I think. Yeah, side entry. Hi.
Yeah, penalty to the Springboks. So I think they'll be looking to just take the points here. Sander Ferguson getting to know the Springboks a little bit better. So let's see what the Springboks decide to do here. They're going for the corner.
Yeah, that was a bit of a...
So interesting to see that. Richard Hooey's in the chat. It's wow, Wales women are beating South Africa ladies 17-0. That's really good to see.
Yeah, that's a fair enough penalty.
Yeah.
3 out of 2.
Important that Scotland do keep their discipline, isn't it? Really important.
Yeah, not doing too well so far. 2 penalties in 3 minutes.
So line out. We know what's happening here. The driving maul is going to be set up. It's a good counter from Scotland, but here comes Mbonambi at the back of this one. Referee calls it 1. Scotland have actually done very well here, and finally they do get it out. Damien Diolande carries, makes a few meters. Ball is there. Yancey's gets it out, looking for Sia Khaleesi. Tackled by Jamie Ritchie. About 7-8 meters out here. Etzebeth carries, but it's tackled by Schumann. Ball is there. Niakane.
Oh, come on, rip it. Yeah, that's it. Get it.
Schumann close to ripping that one out. Yancey's carries, big tackle coming in on him. Ball's back to Etzebeth. He carries strong up towards the 5-meter line, but good defensive work here from Scotland. Quagga Smith. Big hits coming in here. 7 phases in now for the Springboks. Yancey's finds Damien Diolande a little bit static, tackled by Jamie Ritchie.
Just keep your discipline.
Nothing silly here from Scotland. Yancey's makes half a break. Ball out here. Lucan Yoam. It's very good defence from Scotland. Very solid.
So far. I guess he turned it or... No, not quite.
Ball's still there. Ball comes out here. Here comes Willie LaRue. Willie LaRue. Mapimbi out wide. Tackled though. Cuts inside, but is tackled on the 5-meter line.
Advantage. Yeah, it was along the wrong
high tackle there. So chance here. Tries a little chip over the top. It's not going to work. And the penalty will be for the Springboks. But on the whole there, very solid defence from Scotland.
Yeah.
Not rolling away, sorry, was the penalty.
Yeah.
And you'd think that the Springboks would look to take the 3 points now.
Yeah, Grant Gilchrist,
Yeah. It's a difficult one, that, but it's the one where Ellis got penalised last week. They've actually gone for the corner, which is interesting.
It's one of those, again, one of those kind of lottery ones. If you're on the wrong side,
he's trying to move, but in a way, the scrum half is trapping him in there. So
but I mean, that's one of those ones where, the referee's like in the right, but again, it's one of those ones you just think, it's just unlucky. But
because line out here. Etzebeth, Scotland have stolen it.
Oh yes,
what a steal at the line out. What a steal that is. And Finn Russell will clear downfield. It's a decent kick. Willie LaRue claims he's going to send this one up. And Hogg claims it on. And Mapimpi advantage to the Springboks from the knock-on up to the 10-meter line. Big hit coming in. but the advantage was over. So a scrum for the Springboks.
No excuse for that. He's got to be taking them.
Yeah, definitely. The only thing you'd have to say about Scotland so far, a little bit of ill discipline and, like sloppy mistakes, but your defence looks solid. You just haven't had any possession yet. So
no.
That'll be the big frustration.
Yeah. That's what I'm expecting the Boks to do. They're like with the back line to put those bombs up in the air. He's got to be taking them. He can't be.
What do you make of his form? He's been struggling a little bit recently, hasn't he? He hasn't looked like the hog of old, has he?
No, I've not really seen much of him for Exeter this season, but I gathered he started to come, quite good again just before the autumn. But no, I mean the second test of the Lions, he was really given a hard time and didn't do himself any favors. So I mean, yeah, I think he's like not really recovered from that fully. So
yeah. So South Africa get the ball out the scrum. Damien Diolande is the crash ball. And Herschel Yancey straight away sends it up. And is that too much? It's out on the full.
Yeah, hitting the full.
Once he kicked it looked completely wrong, didn't it? It looked way too long and at the wrong angle. But chance here for Scotland then.
Yeah, I don't know why he kicked that, to be honest.
Yeah, because you felt the momentum was with him. He felt Diolande made a difference on the line, hadn't he? But
yeah.
And South Africa still lineouts.
Oh no, he got it back.
Who did that come off? I don't think anyone knows who it's come off.
Oh, the TMO in this. I think that's
check a line out.
I think that is South Africa's ball because it came.
I think McInally did get a touch on it to make it go forward. So it's just,
they're going for the scrum because he knocked it on. And
yeah. So scrum to the Springboks. Scotland may be struggling a little bit to get a foothold in this one. So 10 minutes gone, still 0-0 at Murrayfield. Scrum on the halfway line for the Springboks. Scrum looks pretty solid from both sides.
Boks have got it on. Yeah, fair enough.
And they have the advantage here, Jesse Creel. Still advantage.
Yeah. That's a concern.
Yeah, quite similar to what happened with us last week. And the week before. And the week before. And the week before. And South Africa going for the corner here. It's not the greatest kick, just putting them just outside the 22, but a little bit concerning that scrum there from the Scotland side.
Aye.
So line out to the Springboks just outside the 22.
John explained means they're going to mirror whatever South Africa do in the line out rather than using one player as a hinge. Grenade, I'm assuming, something to do with smashing it. Well, that should have been my analysis on that one.
So 11 minutes into this, still scoreless. Line out to South Africa's won by Etzebeth. They set up the driving ball back. Khaleesi peels off the back into Quagga Smith, sorry. Jan Cheese. Lovely line from Etzebeth. Well tackled by Fagerson. Diolande carries hard at Finn Russell, but he's brought down. Is that advantage? No.
I know, I was confused with that as well.
I thought he had advantage, but great steal.
Good.
What a steal from Pierre Schumann.
Come on, get
penalty to the Springboks. Holding on. So after the good work
Dwayne Vermeulen.
Mm.
What a player he is.
Yeah, and going to Ulster after this.
Yes, yeah.
You know, great, a great signing. Now, what are South Africa going to do here? Do they go for the posts? I mean, I just saw that start at the bottom of the screen there. They've gone for the corner. 5 penalties already conceded. If there's another one here, I think the ref's going to have a word, isn't he, with Hogg and say, look, too many.
Aye, but the problem is most of them haven't really happened in this kind of area yet. So,
yeah.
It's just.
So that is what we're going with. Big day for Schoeman, though.
So line out to the Springboks, 5 meters out. Mbonambi will feed it. And you think that Etzebeth would be the target, maybe? He's not. It's Montserrat, set up, ball back to Mbonambi. Good shove coming in from Scotland.
That's good. Just don't let it get a roll on.
Referee calls it once. Mbonambi's a little bit isolated on his own there. And told to use it. It's really good defence from Scotland. The ball's there.
Okay, why did you stop it? Oh, he knocked it on. Okay.
And a knock on there. So scrum to South Africa. So Scotland trying to defend here for their lives, really. Knocked on by...
Oh no,
yeah,
sorry.
It was knocked on.
Heenan knocked on, yeah.
But scrum here, and if the last scrum's anything to go by, then yeah, it could be a tough one, this. What do you make of this opening 13 minutes? Concerning or...
Yes.
Yeah, very.
Scrum time. We're sacking their driving mauls very well, though. We're not letting them get too much momentum there. But scrum time, they seem to be, all over us right now.
Indeed. So 15 minutes nearly gone.
14 minutes in, but it does feel like a relentless barrage of pressure from South Africa. This
And I'm surprised that South Africa haven't decided to take any points. They obviously feel like they can get more than that here. So scrum to the Springboks. It's pretty stable from a Scotland side.
Just don't crumble. Keep it up.
Well done, Scotland. Dwayne Vermeulen peels off the back. Jamie Ritchie trying to keep him up, but unable to do it. Here goes Etzebeth. Oh, good step from Jan Cheese there, but he is caught. There is space on the left, and they've lost the ball. And the ball's there for Scotland. And they just need to clear their lines here, and that'll be a very good defensive set. Jamie Ritchie will play scrum off, plays it back to Finn Russell, who has to pass it out to Duhan van der Merwe, who gets going.
Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Come on, you support him quickly.
Onto the halfway line. Does he have the support? Ball is there.
No, yes. Oh, he's offside. Come on, Red. He's offside.
And penalty for Scotland on the halfway line. Duhan van der Merwe running from his own try line up to the halfway line. And penalty to Scotland, and a little bit of relief, I'd say.
Yeah.
Lovely step from Duhan there. Right. He just needed a little bit more support, didn't he?
The support, for considering the run he made, the support was actually good. Just, bloody LaRue getting in the...
Yeah. It looks like Scotland are going to go for the posts here.
Oh, they got marched back, guys. Because see, LaRue was having
so, a penalty right from the posts. About, what, 35 metres out, maybe, something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Right from the post, so big chance for Scotland to take the lead after it's been all South Africa so far. 16 minutes of just South African pressure. And a chance for Finn Russell to put Scotland in the lead here. So Finn Russell just over the 10-metre line, right in front of the posts. It's a dry day at Murrayfield. Doesn't look like there's much wind. He kicks it. It looks good. And Scotland take the lead against the runner play. Scotland lead this one. 17 minutes gone. 3-0 to Scotland. Certainly against the runner play, but you've got to take your points when you get a chance. And South Africa turned down the opportunity 4 times to go for the posts.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, and thank you, Willie LaRue, for being a silly Billy with not just the penalty. Then he had the goal to have the back chat with the referee, even though he was definitely in the wrong because he had no right to go for Ali Price there as he did.
Indeed. Afternoon, Neil. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate the kind words. You're supporting Scotland today, and Scotland are leading 3-0. With 17 and a half minutes gone or so. Finn Russell, high ball. Good take from him. Time for Scotland to settle into this game now, you feel. Have a little bit of possession, go through a few phases.
Yeah.
But it looks like Ali Price is going to send this one up anyway. Really wins that in the air. Jamie Ritchie trying to get over the ball. Has he managed to do it?
Yes!
He has. Great work from Jamie Ritchie. And it'll be another penalty for Scotland. And if I'm Scotland here, I'm taking the points. I'm absolutely taking the points.
I would, yes.
What a work from Jamie Ritchie. We spoke about the battle between him and Sia Khaleesi and the work that he can do at the breakdown. Look at it. Look at the strength. Look at the strength there. What brilliant work there. Brilliant work. And do you know what? The chase from Duhan van der Merwe there was brilliant as well. Yeah. That's what was needed. I felt the kick was a tiny bit too far, but brilliant chase. And if I'm Scotland here, I am 100% taking the points. So 19 minutes gone, folks. There were 65 people currently watching. So make sure to hit that subscribe button. It's free to do. And, of course, get involved in the chat. Scotland have decided to go for the posts. Considering the opening 20 minutes so far, you must be pretty happy.
We'll see if this kick goes over. But, yeah, we're the ones who've got the points on the board. So
exactly. Not an easy kick, but it does favour him as a right footer. So Finn Russell kicks it, swerving, and it's just wide into the blazing sun. It's not quite there. So it remains 3-0.
Yeah,
but still.
Starting to get a bit of confidence, which is pleasing. So
So it will be a 22 dropout for the Springboks, and it's quite a short one, really, but it is. Oh, it's not done.
There's 2. Come on, Angus.
And it'll be an advantage to Springboks, but they're coming back for the original knock-on. So scrum to South Africa. That's quite a lot of knock-ons, though. Now, I mean, the sun is very, very low, and it's pretty in there.
Blazing bright.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the villain water boy just come on.
We couldn't get him off the pitch last week. We just couldn't get him off.
Well, it wasn't him that was the waterman last week. It was.
Oh, was it not? Oh, it's someone else.
He was up in the stands. He's down.
Yeah.
Aye.
I'm sure he's delivering many a message.
Aye. Just aye. You see, they tried their anti-refereeing tactics again this week by saying that Scotland basically had 16 on the pitch against the Boks with them because they don't like Angus Garner very much in South Africa.
Oh, okay. So scrum to the Springboks on the 10-metre line.
From
the Springboks, advantage. The arm is out. And the ball, here we go. Here come the Springboks. Willie LaRue. Out to Mapimbi, a little bit static. Tackled by Duhan van der Merwe and drops it forward, but the advantage was still on, so they'll come back for the original penalty. Halfway through this first half, still 3-0 for Scotland.
The scrum's a worry, though. It's 3 or 4 penalties now. I think three has just come up on the screen. They've all been at Xander Fagerson's side. So,
do you think that might be something that Gregor looks at half time, or do you think that's a little bit too soon?
I don't know. I don't know about it depends how the rest of the half goes. I mean, I think if I was Xander, I'd look to find a way of just getting a bit of a technique. Maybe just try and get under Knock a bit. Is that his name? Knock, the number 1 of South Africa.
Niakane,
pardon me. Just try and maybe. I'm not saying cheat, but just try and get maybe under him a little bit more, just so you can have a bit more parity, because he's currently being absolutely roasted right now.
So line out here to the Springboks on the 22. Driving all is set up, but Khaleesi peels off the back on his own. But the ball is still there for them.
Go on, Richie,
Jamie go with that again. But
no, he was off his feet,
And penalty to the Springboks, and surely now the Springboks will look to
he's wanting a word now.
Yeah.
So the picture I saw was that your hands would pass the ball first.
Okay.
And then you went off your feet and then you played it on the ground, okay? So I don't want to see that picture straight on the ball, okay? No, I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Referee's not happy to talk about it, but
I'm happy that Jackie was there first, but he didn't show me the right picture. Okay, so what I want to talk about now is just a
referee having a word.
number of throws that cost a lot of difference in the game, okay? We'll just come back down here and another one's given away. And we have 5 over there early, not rolling, okay? Yep, need to be very careful, okay? Otherwise,
So that's pretty much a final warning, you feel, for Stuart Hogg there.
Yeah, they're going for looks like they're going for the points here, which. Yeah, that was because Jamie Ritchie just misjudged that a bit. He got his hands past the ball first, and then went back onto the ball. And obviously you can't do. You have to put your hands straight on the ball if you're going for the jackal.
So they are going for the points, pretty much right in front of the post, and certainly what they deserve, you feel.
Oh yeah.
The game is on Amazon Prime. Amazon Prime, that's where you can watch the game. So 3 points apiece. Yanchis knocks the penalty over. 23 minutes into this one. So the restart. Off we go. And South Africa do retain the ball just outside their own 22. And they'll look to get rid of this one.
Okay. Well, maybe was showing it. Oh, here we go.
Do get it. Ali Price looks for the little kick through. That's going to work very nicely. And a little bit more better territory there for Scotland. Playing in the right areas of the pitch, noticing the space. Obviously, Mapimbi was out of position there. So just being aware of that is a good little thing.
Yeah. I would have liked to have seen that. I don't know, maybe stay in field a wee bit because, as I said, Mapimbi was out of position. So could have... but, good field position. So won't complain too much at all.
So line out here to the Springboks. It is won by them, Dwayne Vermeulen. And they'll go through the forwards here in their own 22. Big ball carriers as well. Herschel Yanchis. Kicks it. Is that out on its head? It might be. I think it is as well. Oh, he's in the 22 anyway. So
yeah, okay.
It's not the greatest kick, though. So chance here for Scotland, but they need to win this ball, which they have. Ali Price into Finn Russell. Finn Russell into Haining.
That's a bit high, ref, isn't it? Okay, no worries.
Here we go, going through the forwards now. Inside ball, oh, it's not worked. Oh, the ball is still there though for Scotland, just over the halfway line. Finn Russell tries to kick through. He's been charged down.
Leave it. It's our ball.
And there'll be a line out to Scotland on the halfway line. A little bit scrappy now. I feel like the Springboks defence is so on top of Scotland that maybe they need to play a little bit deeper, Scotland, drop that tiny bit deeper.
I thought at times we're just trying to be a bit. I mean, we're trying to play quick, which is good. Just sometimes a bit too elaborate and the execution's been a bit iffy.
Ball is there though. Finn Russell looking for the big pass. Knocked on though. And chance here for the Springboks. A little kick through from Quagga Smith, but it looks like Rufus McLean will gather it. And he's tackled. Oh, he shoves off Quagga Smith.
Good. Come on, get some support to him.
And they are back in their own 22. And Ali Price says enough is enough. And we'll send that up. It doesn't find touch. Willie LaRue looks for the little chip over the top. But running onto it is Ali Price. And they're going to need someone to act as scrum half.
Skinner.
And Scotland ready to send this one up. Ali Price. High ball from Scotland. And where's that gone?
Unlucky.
Of the Springboks.
Okay, hands off now. Get hands off.
Ball out, Etzebeth. Ball out to Mapimbi. Back to Yanchis, who sends it up high. Not really anyone challenging for that. Now here goes Duan van der Merwe. Maybe a little bit of space for him to run. Ball in one hand.
Just goes straight into Etzebeth's bread basket, more or less.
Pierre Schumann looks up. Lovely offload. Oh no.
Oh,
it's a bit scrappy, isn't it? Quagga Smith has it tackled though by McInally. Willie LaRue plays out to Damien Diolande. Diolande to Khaleesi. Khaleesi into Mapimbi.
Oh, come on, no.
Lovely line from Mapimbi. And the Springboks finally break the defence.
Was that final pass forward though?
They're going to check this pass. I didn't think so personally, but they will check this. But the first chance that Mapimbi's really had, we're going to check this, but this might be the opening try of the game. That's fine. I think that's okay.
Yeah, that looks okay from that angle.
I think this try is okay for the Springboks. The one I'd be more concerned about is the Damien Diolande one.
No, the Diolande one was okay. That one I think was just okay, yeah.
So the try has been given. And it is 8 points to 3 for the Springboks. Good try from South Africa.
Yeah.
Mapimbi has a ridiculous try scoring record for the Springboks, and chance now to add the 2 points.
Yeah.
It was a little bit of a scrappy try, wasn't it? It was all over the place, and then all of a sudden it just opened up for them.
Yeah. I think caught her outside man. The rest of the defence was too narrow. I think Rufus McLean was just on his own out there, and then they exploited that. So fair play to them.
So Yanchis, not the easiest of kicks, and he has missed it by quite a distance. So 30 minutes gone, still 8 points to 3. Let's get through some of your comments. Neil Cooper, come on, Scotland. Who's going to be the winner? That's the big question. It is on Amazon Prime. It is not on free to view, but you can listen to our commentary here if you'd like to. Come on, Scotland, get into them. Indeed. 8 points to 3, though. And on the run of play, that's probably still quite kind to Scotland, maybe.
Yeah, no, South Africa have had the more of it, definitely. That try there, I think Rufus McLean was out of sync with the rest of them because they all went to drift across, and he just sort of stood in no man's land, wasn't sure whether to go for Khaleesi or Mapimpi, and it left room for Mapimpi to just run down that outside channel.
It was a charge down there, but it's dropped to Mapimbi's hands. Good tackle from Matt Scott, but he somehow managed to get that out. But then Yanchis is caught. Is the ball there for them? Yes, it is. Willie LaRue would like to scrum off, but he's caught. And here comes
come on! Oh!
Brilliant tackle coming in from Jesse Creel. The ball's a little bit everywhere. But chance here, rare time for Scotland to be in the South Africa 22. Ferguson carries, but tackled by Khaleesi. And penalty. No advantage from the original knock-on. So scrum to Scotland. I will be Connor. I'll be putting on the Irish jersey for that game. Of course, don't forget, folks, it is going to be this one. Ireland against the All Blacks. Live watch long here on the channel. Do get involved with that. I'll drop a link during half-time, so do get involved in that.
I don't know if Ferguson was aware of Haydig on his outside shoulder there, because he would have just whipped it over to him quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just whipped it out to him first. Might have got a try.
Yeah.
But it was a good tackle from Jesse Creel.
Just having the water break.
Relying on messy ball, and it's been, you talk about inaccuracies, John. It's like not just quite hitting the man at the top of the line out.
Rassie was actually the first off. I can't believe it. So about 8 minutes to go until half time. South Africa leading 8 points to 3. So big chance for Scotland here to set something, but they've got to secure the ball. That's the big thing. They've got to secure the ball. So just outside the 22. Scotland goes straight.
What's he giving? What's he giving? No.
I think we're just going to have a reset. No, went straight down. If you're Hardy Price, you're just getting in and you're just getting it out.
Yeah, or just get to the back to Ferguson, chunk it up, and go from there.
Yeah.
So that just chuck it to Ferguson's feet. The referees don't notice the speed anymore.
It's got a lovely bit of spin on it.
Oh, do you see? They don't notice it anymore. They just like don't.
No, he's literally putting it in at the second row, isn't he? He might as well put it in there. So scrum it, Scotland, big opportunity now to get some attack going. That scrum is just about holding up Ali Price. Oh, here comes the turn.
Pick.
And they finally get it out. It's out to Matt Scott. Just about, and he does very well to gain a few meters there. Gilchrist. Out to Finn Russell. There's a little bit of space out left. The kick comes across to Duhan van der Merwe. He keeps it alive. Hogg. Finn Russell. Matt Scott. Rufus McLean.
Come on, Rufus, back yourself.
Big tackle from Lucanio Am coming in there. Advantage for Scotland, though. For a high tackle.
Keep it hand, man.
Tries the cross kick. Lovely hands. Stuart Hogg. Is that
excellent? Good play. Come on, get support. Oh, Chris.
Maybe. For Scotland. And now
yes.
Nothing. Where has that come from?
Come on.
There'll be a few things to check for sure, but Scotland may just have scored a try out of one of the scrappiest pieces of play you'll see. But what a score that is!
I take back. He said he shouldn't have kicked it.
But you saw the space out left, plays it out left, and they keep the ball alive. Duhan van der Merwe does very well. I'll be interested to see the pass to Duhan van der Merwe. I wasn't 100% sure on it. The try's not been given yet. So they're going to want to check this. So, okay, Duhan van der Merwe is certainly onside for that cross kick. He stays in, so that's fine. That's fine. It's that pass to Duhan van der Merwe. Apart from that, I think everything's fine.
Yeah, let's. I think he was just in line. I think I was just in line. Come on.
There's definitely nothing wrong with Hogg's part in it. They're just going to check touch, but I don't think there's anything to do with the touch line. Duan van der Merwe's well in there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He's miles in there. Chris Harris is in.
He's in. Yeah, that's fine.
I think this is going to be a try.
Yes!
It is a try for Scotland, indeed. It's a try for Scotland. Stuart Hogg turning up. And we said at the start that he hadn't really been in form. But now we have a try for Scotland. 8 points apiece.
Aye.
And 5 minutes from the break, Scotland draw level with an opportunity to take the lead if Finn Russell can convert, which he can. And so Scotland, against the run of play, lead this one by 10 points to 8. Scotland taking their opportunities. And what an opportune try that was. Just keeping the ball alive.
Very well worked. Yeah, we actually...
4 lines, just keeping it alive. You could say maybe that Yanchis should do better for the Springboks, but it's not easy. But Hogg there for Scotland. Lovely try. And Scotland take the lead 5 minutes from half-time. Absolutely fabulous. It is indeed.
No, just
manage it until half-time.
Yeah, just keep the ball. Don't do anything stupid. Oh, that is a terrible restart.
It was, wasn't it? A little bit. But, Ali Price will look to clear this. Don't forget, at half-time, folks, we'll take a quick 2-minute break just to restock on drinks, etc. But we'll be back to discuss the first half and watch the second half together as well.
I did. Is that? Yeah, I do. Duan's having an immense game. Duan.
He is, isn't he? He really is.
Yeah. I mean, his kick chasing has just been phenomenal. It's just he's just been all.
Do you think he maybe feels like he's got something more to prove because it is South Africa?
Very possible, yeah. And also, I think, as I said before, I was hoping the tactics would be to try and get him one-on-one with Jesse Creel, because obviously, as I said, Creel's more naturally a centre than a winger. Yeah. So, and that try, I think, showed why it's a good idea just to get the ball in his hands and just get him running down Creel's channel.
High tackle from Etzebeth on Ali Price. I mean, he's always going to... Not Ali Price, sorry, Stuart McAnally.
Yeah,
I mean, for anyone, I'm sure Etzebeth is a high tackle, isn't he? He's just absolutely massive. But chance Scotland to clear their lines here. And it's a decent kick, which sends them to about 10 metres out from the 22. So nearly at half-time. Last chance probably here for Scotland to get something extra. So big chance here. They do win the ball. It's a little bit scrappy again, but Ali Price gets it to Duan van der Merwe, who just shoves off Yanchis. But it's a little bit scrappy. Schumann carries tackle by Etzebeth. Ali Price just waiting for his forwards to set. McAnally. Finn Russell sends it high.
Run in. Oh, that's decent. That's decent. That's decent.
Big tackle coming in.
Isolate him.
Trying to get over the ball here. The ball's out. Etzebeth. A little bit isolated again, but it is there for the Springboks, I think.
Yeah.
It is there for them inside their own 22, though. And the Springboks will get it out. Damien Diolande, there's a little bit of space here from Mapimbi. But he is tackled by McAnally. And Scotland, maybe have got the Springboks a little bit rattled here.
All right.
You don't want to give them an easy exit here. Don't give a penalty away or anything silly like that. A minute and a half to go until half-time. Herschel Yanchis kicks that one down. Mapimbi goes for it. It's come off her.
Yes, move it wide. Move it wide. No,
there is space now wide. One more pass into Chris Harris. If that was Duan van der Merwe, who knows? Damien Diolande.
Was he calling badge over? Oh, for God's sake.
And with a minute to go until half time, it's back and forth between both sides.
Unlucky.
And Scotland probably finishing the strongest out of the two teams here in this first half. Yankees centred up, well taken by Finn Russell, who's had an excellent first half. Duran van der Merwe to Hogg. Hogg beats Quagga Smith. Out to Harris. Harris throws it out the back door to Rufus McLean. And off goes Rufus McLean.
Oh, just don't get isolated. Come on.
And good support coming in for him. And there's a little bit of space out to the left if they could get it there. Sander Ferguson gets caught. Estabeth is trying to get over that.
Yes.
And penalty to Scotland. And that might be it for the first half.
Hands past the ball. That's something because referees don't often pick that up. It happens.
Yeah, he's consistent, wasn't he, there?
Most games. Okay, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he put his hands on the ground first, and then he tried to.
That's a good spot from Angus Gordon. He did penalise Jamie Ritchie for exactly the same thing earlier on. So having that consistency is the important thing. Scotland will kick this one downfield. That's a heck of a kick from Hogg to take them down towards the 22. So change for... Oh my gosh, South Africa bringing on Malcolm Marks, Stephen Kitsoff before half-time. Clearly they've seen enough.
Okay, that's a weird one. It's only like the last play of the half, but okay.
So they changed their complete front row. Naikane, Unchained, and Bonambi are all off. Marks come on, Kitsoff has come on, and Vincent Koch has come on. So complete change in the front row at the end of the first half. Big change.
I mean, you knew it was coming probably at half time, but
yeah. But they've already done it. So here we go. Line out to Scotland on the 22. They win the ball. Jamie Ritchie. They set up the driving maul. It's gone down though.
Was that close?
But still there for Scotland. McInally peels off the back, maybe a little bit isolated. Malcolm Marks, his first involvement, advantage to Scotland.
Yes.
And penalty to Scotland.
Points.
Right at half time. He takes the points here. And Malcolm Marks, his first impact in this game is to give away a penalty. So it's number 18. So it says
Koch
who's been penalised, not Malcolm Marks. So penalty to Scotland, you take the point.
Take the 3.
Yeah, absolutely. And you go with a 5-point lead at half time, which I think,
that's a bit,
John just shows that.
That's a wee bit harsh, I think.
Yeah, I do.
He did try to get out the way, but.
But really an opportunity for Scotland to take a 5.
I'll take it, but I think it's because he's made the tackle and he's tried to get out. He tried to get out, but
yeah,
obviously that's.
So chance for 3 points for Scotland. 90 people currently watching. So if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure to do so. At half time, we're going to take a break. I'm always going to drop the link to Kyle's channel in the chat. Do head over there and subscribe as well. But chance for Finn Russell to give Scotland a 5-point lead at half time. And he should be getting this. And he's missed it.
Oh!
He's missed it. And it remains at half time then.
10-8. No, he should have got that.
Really probably should have got that kick. But at half time, Scotland do lead here 10 points to 8. We are going to take a quick break, myself and Kyle, but we'll be back for the second half. So make sure to be subscribed to the channel here. Make sure, of course, to let us know your thoughts at half time and keep the chat going. Let us know how you think the game's going. Anyway, we'll be back in a bit. There we go. Welcome back. It is half time in this one. Scotland leading by 10 points to 8 at half time. What a game of rugby we've had so far. Let's have a look at some of your comments. We can't show the game itself, I'm afraid, due to copyright reasons. They still do have the lead, of course, at half time. You believe you'd have got that Finn Russell kick at the end. That was a big opportunity. You believe it's a forward pass? I'm not so sure. I'm not sure if I agree with that. Scotland to win and Ireland. Well, just to mention, as Connor's kindly mentioned it, we are going to be doing a watch-along for Ireland against the All Blacks. That is live next on the channel. In fact, let me just drop a link to that now in the chat. Make sure to head over to that and subscribe to the channel here, but also hit the reminder on this watch-along. Ireland against the All Blacks. What a game this promises to be. And really excited for this, so do join me for this watch along. I'll drop a link there in the chat, so do head over and of course hit the reminder on that. Let's welcome Kyle back in now, and let's get his what do you make of it so far? What do you make of the Scotland performance? It's been a tough start. It's a tough start for you, but you're probably the better team towards the end of the first half.
I think we rode our luck a bit in the first 20 minutes, to say the least. I was just listening to what Brian Habana and Faf de Klerk have been saying in the halftime punditry chat there. And you know, South Africa, obviously they've had 60% possession and they've only come away with 8 points of it. So I think we can be proud of how we've defended, but the scrums are a worry, because I think, you know, at least 3 times Ander Fagerson's been minced. I know he's up against Stephen Kitchoff now, which I don't think will be the most helpful, to say the least. But no, I think we could be happy to be ahead. I'm just gutted that Finn didn't take convert that penalty right at the end, because it would have been nice to go in 5 points ahead. But overall, considering how the game's gone, happy enough. But we need to improve a lot and be better at our discipline in the second half, and try and get Duhan van der Merwe on the ball a lot more.
Yeah, he's looked really good. I think Finn Russell's looked really good. And I do think you've controlled the game pretty well on the whole. Let's actually talk about the stats. Let's actually have a look at them. I'll share my screen now so that you're able to see them alongside with me. So as you said there, possession 60% to the Springboks, while it is 40% to Scotland. Looking then at the territory, once again, the Springboks coming out on top in that one. Looking at time and possession, though, it's pretty equal on the whole, but then time in the opposition 22 is a big one. 36 seconds for Scotland, 3 minutes and 39 seconds for the Springboks. And if you look at points per visit, it is pretty similar, but for only that amount of time, 36 seconds, to get away with 2 average points compared to the Springboks. Yeah, that's massive, isn't it?
And at least 10 of those seconds was for the try we scored. So
yeah, exactly. Open play, the Springboks have kicked a little bit more, which you'd expect them to do. 4 knock-ons for Scotland, a little bit frustrating. 8 handling errors, and a little bit frustrating there. But having a look at ruck speed again, it's shown that Scotland like to get the ball out that little bit quicker than the Springboks like to do. Missed tackles about the same. Line breaks though, 3 for the Scottish. Most of them probably Duhan van der Merwe, to be honest, because he's been absolutely exceptional. If we look at scrum penalties, then 3 for Scotland conceded already. That'll be a little bit of a worry for Scotland. But on the whole, although the Springboks are dominating this one, you've got to say that the way you finished that first half, the try as well, like, it was so scrappy, yes, but the ability of Finch to spot the gap. I know me and you were shouting, don't kick it, but he did, and it worked. And then Hogg crashes over. So it's showing that, for me, what this really says is that Scotland don't panic in these situations anymore. They know the game plan. They trust the game plan. And there's a freedom within the system to play. Would you agree?
Yeah, especially when you've got Finn at 10, who there's, again, the don't kick it thing is because I always, maybe just because I'm a bit of a pessimist, it's like, oh, it's going to go out or something's going to go wrong here. And I just, but when it goes right, I'm like, yeah, that shut me up. So
absolutely. Let's have a look at some of the comments. Neil says, I'd imagine Scots will put the scrum right in the second half. Easier said than done against this Springboks team. Easier said than done. Sean said, Scotland, I feel, we're rushing things, throwing wild passes, and also the Scottish set piece needs to improve. Plus, trying to get the South African tired, I think, should be the plan.
I think we're doing okay at that so far.
I think you are doing okay at that second point. But how do you think this second half is going to play out now? What do Scotland need to continue to do to stay on top? And is there an area that you're concerned about, apart from the scrum, that you think that the Springboks will look to really try and get on top on?
Just mainly the discipline thing. I think there's been a couple of sloppy penalties we've given away. And Angus Gardner is doing something which a lot of referees don't do, which I'm giving him compliments for, is he's actually spotting with the jacklers when they're putting their hands past the ball, because obviously by law you have to put your hands on the ball, and not all referees pick it up when they actually do go past it and then go back to get the ball. So I'll have to give him credit for that, and that's something I think both teams need to be aware of. But yeah, mainly the discipline, and just try and make sure like we're communicating well in defence, because that Mapimpi try, they were all drifting across, but Rufus McLean looked a bit out of sync with the rest of them. So, and that's why he got caught out, and Mapimpi was able to skin him on the outside. So, really, just those things really.
Indeed. Let's have a look at some of your comments. Tanner says very sloppy play by both teams, and I believe the refereeing is a bit average. Luckily, he is consistently average. I actually think he's been quite good. I do think he's been very hot.
Imagine you're South African though, Tina, so I can.
Indeed.
Yeah.
But first team to get their act together will win here, and I agree with that. I feel like the next score is very important in this one. The Springboks aren't renowned for scoring a lot of tries. Scotland maybe more so, but you do feel that's quite important. Just quickly to remind people to hit the subscribe button. 145 people currently watching. Thank you so much. Hit the subscribe button, leave a like, and get your thoughts in the chat as well. While I'm at it, let me just drop a link to Kyle's channel as well. Kyle, of course, will do reviews after games, and we'll chat about what he thinks of them. So let me get his channel there. Let me drop a link in the chat now. And please do head over there and subscribe here as well. There we go. So the second half is just about to get underway. While we're waiting for that, Ireland against the All Blacks is up later on in about an hour or so. What do you make of that game? How do you see that one going?
Oh, that's going to be an interesting one, isn't it? When's the last time New Zealand won in Ireland?
Back in 2017, I think.
Yeah. No, 2017, 2016. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's going to be a fascinating game. I think New Zealand just go in as favourites, but it depends how, again, because Ireland did well against Japan, but again, depends how they read the game. So, yeah, it's a hard one to call. I don't really have much more to say because I don't know how it's going to go, but I think New Zealand are slight favourites.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think New Zealand are just about slight favourites for that, and I'm really excited for that game. I think there's a lot of recent rivalry being built there, and a lot of rivalry between both sides. It'll be interesting to see how that one goes. We are going to do a watch along for that one as well, so do join us live for that. Coverage starts at 3, kickoff at 3:15. So second half, are you still confident that Scotland are going to win this one?
We can do it, but I just have my fears, like with what South Africa did to Wales last week, where just one or two moments and their pack can just pulverise you. So that's my biggest worry. But yeah, we can do it.
Yeah.
Whether we'll win, ask after 80 minutes.
What did you make of the decision of Malcolm Marks, Stephen Kitsoff, and Vincent Koch to come on just before half time?
Yeah, as I said in our chat run, I thought it was weird, like just timing, just to come on like right at the last play of the half. Folk can leave their comments there. I just thought it was a bit weird, but yeah, I suppose also a defensive set. Maybe they wanted to get Marks on to try and get over the ball in some situations because he's better at that than oh god, I can't pronounce his name. Bongi Mbonambi. Do pardon me. Mbonambi. He's better over the ball than Mbonambi is. So maybe that was in their thinking. Who knows? But
yeah, well, we saw very quickly, the impact that Malcolm Marks had. He got over the ball and he was okay, but it was Vincent Koch who was actually not rolling away.
I thought that was a harsh one. Because Koch made the tackle, he was trying to get out the way, but just again, I think Angus Gardner was a bit nitpicky there with him. So.
Yeah, I feel like referees over this autumn have been very hot on that. Have been very hot on players at the breakdown, rolling away, not rolling away. I think we have seen that a lot. I mean, there was an example with Ellis Jenkins last week where you could physically see that he was trying to move, but he couldn't, and the ref penalised him. So that would certainly be a frustration for them. The second half is just about to get underway.
Because what's in the referee's mind there, Brandon, is making sure that ball is out of the way quickly, and they're just looking at anyone who is in interfering with that possibility of that ball getting out of the way, then they're in trouble. But I sometimes think you have to give them like a millisecond of a chance just to get themselves out of the way, and if they're clearly not showing any effort, there's a Stonewall penalty. But if they are just rolling away and there's no other way out, then you've run the risk. I'll say that.
Absolutely. So second half is underway. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, folks. Leave a like on the stream. Get involved in the chat. We're not able to show the actual game due to copyright, but the Springboks do have the ball here in the 22. Cobus Reinach is also on. He's on for Herschel Jantjes, the former Northampton Saints scrum half. So he is on. So I think in a way that shows that the Springboks shown a lot of respect to this Scotland side. That they're realizing it's working. We have to change things.
Yeah, and Jantjes didn't have the best of first half, so I'm no surprise they put
penalty to Scotland.
Yes, thank you.
Big penalty.
Koch again. What a lad.
Do you think he's doing the reverse? That, you know, all the South Africans go to play for Scotland, and realistically, he just wants to, you know, go and play for Scotland, not actually play for South Africa. But chance here for Scotland to clear their lines and get some possession in this first half. Vincent Koch there penalised. So just started the second half, folks. And Scotland leading by 10 points to 8. And chance for Scotland to have the line out. And you expect they'll go to the corner from here, which, well, send it downfield at least.
Yeah.
How important do you think the Scotland bench is going to be today?
I think it will be. I mean, especially if we can get Mish on for the last 20 minutes. Again, depending on the flow of the game, we maybe need a bit of extra in the breakdown and someone to offer something different. But
yeah, absolutely. Scotland do send it downfield. It's a heck of a boot from Finn Russell down to Mapimpi. So he's already got a try today, but he's caught. Nick Haining catches him. Cobus Reinach sends it back to Jantjies. Duhan van der Merwe and challenged.
Well, he's knocked on there, ref.
Van der Merwe still has it, but it has been ripped out by Quagga Smith. And chance here for the Springboks. Lucan Johan probably took the wrong option. There was space out left. Reinach gets it out to Willie LaRue. Jantjies. Damien Diolande. There's space out wide here. If Damien Diolande can find Mapimbi, it's a lovely ball. For the Springboks. And that is the quality that the Springboks have. And what a try that is from them. Brilliant try from that Damien Diolande picking a wonderful line. And Scotland aren't leading, so let's not put Scotland up to 15 because they are not on 15. And South Africa take the lead in this one.
I thought it might have been knocked on. No, I think that was...
Willie LaRue there standing in as first receive, and then Damien Diolande picks a lovely line. Rufus McLean, maybe a little bit out of position once again. They're going to have a look at it though. He's taken the conversion though, so. Let's have a look what he's got to show. Christian, unfortunately, I cannot show the game. Not allowed to do that. But you can stick around for my commentary and Kyle's thoughts on the game as well. So,
yeah, I didn't see what they were looking at there.
Try still stands. So,
yeah, no, that was just good play. No.
Yeah. Damien Diolande picks a lovely line there, doesn't he? Shows some good pace. Lovely offload. Then Mapimbi is in, and
no, it's just no.
It's a very, very good try. Very good try for him as well. He's got a ridiculous record.
I know he's a lethal finisher. I mean, maybe doesn't get as much credit as like Sheslin Colby because he's not as obviously, you know, he maybe doesn't have the flashy creative spark he does, but he's a lethal finisher, and he's you know, got deadly pace as well.
Indeed. So they have got the conversion. So let me just update the score there. So South Africa leading 15 points to 10 in this one. And Finn Russell has a little bit of space, plays it into Rufus McLean. Here comes Scotland. Finn Russell. Gets out to Duhan van der Merwe a little bit too deep. And Russell sends the kick down. Willie LaRue claims it back though, and he Sends it back. It's not the greatest clearance kick, and it will be a chance for Scotland to build from here.
Difficult background, and his mother lost a brother and a sister, and his mother.
So, chance for Scotland to 5 minutes into this second half to try and build something from here. They win the line out. Finn Russell out to Nick Haining. Damien Deolande trying to get over the ball.
Aye. I have to say what a pass that was from Deolande to Mapimpi for that try.
Chance here. Jamie Ritchie born boots a ball.
Oh, he's got a but. Oh, no, it's a forward. Okay.
And Willie LaRue sends it back down, only towards Finn Russell. So chance for him maybe to do something. He looks inside. Gives it to Hogg. Hogg gives it to Chris Harris. Harris into Ferguson.
Oh, just get better.
Lacking a little bit of momentum here. But still got the ball. Ali Price into Finn. Finn into Grant Gilchrist. Oh, lovely inside ball.
Oh, that was
So was it a little bit late from Etzebeth?
No, I think he was committed as Finn passed it. So
little box kick there. Oh, it's bounced back.
No!
So close to Ali Price with the spin on the ball. And Willie LaRue sends it straight off.
No, just the bounce. If it only had bounced outside with a 50-22. Yeah, that's a fair challenge from Etzebeth.
The thing with Finn Russell there is he knows he's going to get absolutely smashed, but he still has to give the pass.
No. Just imagine, like, if I was, if ever you and I were at the end of an Etzebeth tackle, we'd be surviving by the end of the.
Indeed. Line out to Scotland, then on the 10-metre line. Win the ball. Grant Gilchrist, Ali Price, Finn Russell. Duhan van der Merwe comes in field. He's stopped there well by Malcolm Marks. Ball's still there, though. Finn Russell. There's a little bit of space out wide if Hogg can get it. Rufus McLean dances inside. Schumann carries on. Ali Price caught, and he's knocked it on here. And South Africa have managed to get the ball here. Knock an advantage for the Springboks.
What has he done? What has he given?
To Scotland.
Yeah, tackler not releasing. Aye, that's good. That's a good play from Khaleesi there.
Yeah, definitely. So nearly 10 minutes gone in this first half. Springboks leading by 5 points. Line out for them just outside the 22. So line out, secure, driving more, get set up. Malcolm Mark goes alone into Reinach. Elton Yancey's caught though. Kicks off. Back to Reinach. Reinach gets it out to Jesse Creel. Advantage to the Springboks here on the 20.
No, it was an offside. Okay.
Still advantage to the Springboks. Coverage. Reinach goes for a little run. He's absolutely rapid. Jamie Ritchie's over that. But they'll come back for the original penalty anyway. So penalty to do the Springboks.
Seatbelt tackle.
Yeah.
Need to go, man. All right, okay.
Big decision from the Springboks here. What do they do?
Oh, they're going for the points, I think.
Makes sense, doesn't it, for them to go for the points?
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. No problem. No issue with me.
Just a seatbelt tackle there, Jamie Ritchie.
Yeah, Herschel Janchis.
Referees very mixed again with when they pick that up, I find.
Yeah. So penalty right in front of the post. You think this will be going over? And
no, scuff it wide. No, he's got it.
The Springboks add to their lead, so 18 points to 10 in the lead here for the Springboks. And half an hour to go. When do you think Scotland start to look at the bench?
Well, probably in the next 5-10 minutes, especially with the front row. I think there's because just having to take on that Springbok front three for a full 80 minutes. Regardless of who it is, you'd be absolutely beat.
Yeah, very, very true. Very true indeed. Hamish Watson, he is getting ready to come on. And the crowd certainly are reacting to that as Hamish Watson looks set to come on. Who does he replace? Nick Haining, would you think? And Blair Kinghorn. Do you think Rufus McLean will step off?
I think it's looking like it's.
Leonardo, the score is at the bottom of your screen, mate. It is 18 points to 10 in favour of the Springboks. So Hamish Watson is on.
I think it will be.
He's off.
It's Nick Haining going off, yeah.
Yeah.
And Rufus McLean going off as well. Yeah.
Rufus McLean, what do you make of his performance today? Struggled a little bit defensively, hasn't he?
He's had a couple of moments in attack where he's had the ball. He's looked like he's been decent, but off the ball at times. I think his defensive work at this level needs to definitely sharpen up. And obviously, Mapimpi's skinned him twice, which have led to both South Africa's tries. So,
what do you make of Hamish Watson coming on? What impact will he have? Do you think?
Oh well, we know what he can do, but I was expecting him to come on a bit later on because I'm not sure how his groin will be, but obviously we know he's capable. Obviously, he makes a tackle there. I think he'll give us a bit more at the breakdown. He'll give South Africans a bit more of an awkward presence to play against. And if we can get him up against the big South African, what was that for? Oh, crossing. Penalty
there to the Springboks. And you feel like it's important that Scotland now begin to get a foothold in the game because it's getting a little bit. It's going the way that the Springboks would want it. It's a bit scrappy. I think it was a block. Who was it? Chris Harris. Yeah, Chris Harris. He's not even looking at the ball, is he?
No, that's just silly. Like you can't complain there.
Silly penalty to give away in that kind of position. But Blair Kinghorn on. What do you make of it coming on?
I see how he goes. He did well when he played at 10 against Tonga a couple of weeks ago. But winger, I think winger or fullbacks definitely his better positions.
Yeah, so definitely.
Yeah, obviously if you get Mapimpi up against him, fingers crossing that Blair's on his game.
Yeah. So line out to the Springboks then.
Yeah, I don't know why the Murrayfield crowd were booing there because that's just a silly penalty to give away.
Yeah, I agree. Line out to the Springboks then, just outside the 22 in Scotland. And they've gone for the long one. Chesterfield comes in on the line. Here comes Malcolm Marks, just outside the 22 now. Kobus gets it back. Yolande. Just inside the 22. Ebenet to Beth. Next score you feel is pretty important.
Pardon me. South Africa have definitely got all the momentum now.
Mm.
Need to just hang in there and not give anything silly. That's forward, right? Oh,
Advantage to the Springboks. Jamie Ritchie penalised there, I think. Chance for them to try something. Willie LaRue, Lukanyuam.
Back to Willie LaRue.
Trying the little kick. And it's not worked, so they'll come back for the original penalty.
Mm-hmm. Just saying, Lukanyuam, he's been quiet today by his standards.
Yeah. Yeah, Jamie Ritchie there penalised.
What did he do? Oh yeah, first one. The first one was fine. It was the second one he was off his feet. Didn't have any entitlement to go for the ball.
Absolutely. So chance for the Springboks. You think they'll go for the posts here?
I don't know. Looks like, are they?
I think they are. Yeah, they are. I think they're just double checking the mark. Do you think if this goes over that it might be game over?
We need to try and get like some momentum. Just try and keep it in the Springboks half and just see if something comes. I'm not feeling confident now. I'll be honest with you. I just think South Africa have clearly come out after a roasting at half time and they're just looking absolutely fired up.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah. So chance here for the Springboks to take even more of a lead, which they do, and it's an 11-point lead for the Springboks as they head over the 20-point mark. 20 points to 21 for the Springboks. Scotland really need to get the next score now, otherwise that will be game over, you feel. So Hogg sends it up. Willie LaRue, though, straight away just clears it, gets rid of it. And Scotland keep it alive. Chris Harris. And Stephen Kitsoff trying to steal that one. Hamish Watson. Ali Price. Finn Russell, lovely offload into Ali Price. Ali Price.
Oh, that's high. Come on, ref. A yellow. That's a yellow. That's a yellow.
I think the ref needs to have a look at this. Maybe there's a little bit of
yellow at the very least. Come on.
Let's have a look at this. I think Ali Price has dipped a bit, but he's hit him in the face.
That's a yellow. Yeah, I'd give a yellow for that because he's just gone. It's a bit of a dip from Price, but it's still gone in.
Just a penalty then. I'm not sure. I think he caught him in the face. For me, that's probably a yellow.
Yeah, I would again because it's not like he's slipped up. He's gone straight in, like and just hit the face and round over there. So
good kick from Finn Russell though to put you in the corner. And if you score here,
Yeah.
What's the plan here? Do you think you go for the driving maul, or are you just going to look to get the ball out straight away?
No, try the driving maul. If it gets sacked once, then just recycle. Don't be too flashy.
Springboks trying to.
Not terrible.
Ali Price gets it out. Inside Finn Russell. There's a chance here. Duhan van der Merwe. One more.
Oh, come on. Pace back. Yes, come on.
Done it.
Yes.
I've got to try here. And what a response from Scotland there, drawing the defenders in. And it's a lovely pass once again from Finn Russell. And I think it's Max Scott who plays the ball over the top. And Hogg finishes in the corner. And Scotland are right back in this one. What a try that was.
Yeah, brilliant.
Because I thought you messed up the maul.
I just wanted to watch the replay because I didn't catch all.
So it comes on the maul. Ali Price gets it out. Finn Russell pop pass. Duhan van der Merwe runs a lovely line. It's Duhan's work there. And Hogg scores in the corner.
Well, Mapimpi absolutely messes up his defensive line here. He's come straight in off his wing. He's left it wide open.
Yeah.
On their side. But no, brilliant offload from Van der Merwe there. Absolutely brilliant.
And Scotland are truly back in this one. 15 points to 21. And if they can get the conversion, what a try that was. because I thought you'd messed up the maul. Finn Russell. And he's missed the conversion. And that's 2 kicks.
Well, that's interesting fact that Stuart Hogg now joint equaling the try-scoring record for Scotland, along with
fair play to him.
Tony Stanger and Ian Smith.
He could get a hat-trick today. That'll be quite something. But great try from Scotland there.
Excellent offload from Van der Merwe there. Absolutely excellent. Yeah. And thank you, Mapimpi, for absolutely messing up your lines there defensively.
So 20 minutes to go. 20 minutes.
Sorry, I don't know what he was doing. He just came shooting up there.
He was way too in field, wasn't he? He was almost playing like he was in centre.
Yeah.
But won't be complaining too much as a Scotsman, I'm sure.
No, thank you. Just only Finn had his kicking boots on today then.
Yeah. Lovely hands here from Scotland. Hogg spots the space, sends it down. It's a good kick again. And good pressure.
Pressure.
Andre Pollard is on for the Springboks.
Oh, he's isolated. Get over him.
Have the Springboks got this? They have managed to get the ball just about. The pressure is still on them here. And penalty to Scotland! Penalty to Scotland! What a moment in the game that could prove to be. Brilliant work from the chasing pack. And South Africa may be a little bit rattled once again here.
Aye.
And Scotland go straight for the corner. They are not messing here. And the crowd are behind them. You can feel it. 20 minutes to go.
Just keep the discipline. Keep it simple.
What a moment this could be. McInally with the lineouts on the 5-metre line. This has to be right. Ball goes up. Who's got it?
He got it.
Managed to steal it. They went for the back of the line out. But the Springboks need to clear their lines well here. Pollard sends it. And it's a decent clearance from him, which Scotland on the edge of the 22. But still chance here. Change. Diaga is on for the Springboks as well. For Mostert.
Aye.
Are you surprised the front row hasn't changed for Scotland yet?
A wee bit. Still some time, but I mean, I would have thought they'd be coming on soon.
Oh, here we go.
There we go. Yeah, there you go.
On they come. So changes for Scotland as well. James Batty is on, and Ewan Ashman, who's got a wonderful try last week, is on for McInally. So Schumann and McInally are off. Big first note for Ewan Ashman here.
Aye.
Schumann, once again, has done so much work around the park, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's been a real find for you.
Yeah. I mean, no surprise for folk who've been following Edinburgh for a few years, like so what he's capable of. But obviously, what is going on? The lineouts have been okay so far. Why are you collapsing now?
Andre Pollard sends it up.
Go on, concentrate. Got a man on your back.
It's knocked on from Scotland, and Lucan has the ball on the 10-metre line. Cobus Reinach finds Etzebeth. Big tackle coming in on him from...
That was forward. Come on, ref. That was forward.
And it's gone forward, and it will be the ball for Scotland.
No, going back for the first knock-on. So. But no, I don't know why our lineouts collapsed now. In fact, we're doing okay with that the whole game. Don't know why it's something.
Yeah. So 18 minutes to go or so in this one. Springboks leading by 6 points. So scrum here to the Springboks, just over the 10-metre line. And a new front row in this scrum on both sides.
New Loosehead and Hooker, yeah.
And look who's warming up. One of the biggest boots in international rugby is warming up for the Springboks. It's a big scrum this here. Scrum is set. And here comes the shove. Advantage to the Springboks out of the scrum again. Jesse Creel gets it out. Has that gone forward? Yes, it has.
Forward now.
And they'll come back for the original penalty at the scrum there.
It's been a tough day at the office for Scotland there. The reality is they're up against this single most powerful structure.
So Stein comes on for Willie LaRue at fullback.
No change in proceedings.
Fran Stein on there. Broke British and Irish hearts this summer.
No, it was Morningstein.
Morningstein, sorry. Andre Pollard has elected to go to the post. I think that's shown a sign of respect to Scotland.
Yeah, well, I think as well because they messed it up in the first half. They had all those penalties and they didn't take any of them. So yeah, just to
Pollard steps up. He's missed it.
He's missed
absolutely sliced it horrifically.
Yeah, sorry, not rugby spirit. I shouldn't have applauded there. Sorry.
And it remains 15-21. And Scotland get away with one there. What's the game plan now from Scotland? What would you be looking to do now over the next 15 minutes or so to get this win?
What I say, just try and keep it in South Africa's half and don't give them anything cheap at all. Because we made two bad errors at the line out, which has led us to.
South Africa do have the ball here.
Struggling again under the high ball, so we're starting to get good at that. So
Blair King on calls for the mark. He's going to send this one back down, which he does. Down towards Stein. He sends it back. Probably a little bit too much there. Hogg with time. Also sends it down. And we have a bit of kick tennis.
Way! Oh, that's actually a good kick.
Very good kick from Stein. He wants the ball quickly, though.
Oh, offside. That was offside. Vincent Koch again.
Vincent Koch offside's a chance for Scotland to get further down the field. So Scotland send it down towards the 22. Again, you need to secure your ball here. How are the nerves?
I don't know. It's a really weird. I don't know. It's a really weird game because it's just kind of felt like South Africa have sucked the life out of this half, and then we start to get some momentum back and score a try, and then it's like, yeah, that's
big line out. This big line out. Got to get it right, and Scotland have lost it. Another line out.
We got the first bit right, the second bit terribly.
And Kobus Reinach will look to clear this. The ball is out though, and Vincent Koch potentially isolated, but it's still there for Reinach. Referee telling him to use it, but he's certainly taking his time. But he does send it down, and Blair Kinghorn wins that one. He's been held up though. They need to get him down. So they have. Ali Price gets it out of Fagerson. Xander Fagerson still on the pitch. Stephen kicks off the ball, and he's done it. He's got the jackal. That might be it.
Off, yeah.
That might be the game there if they can get this penalty. Yeah, he's well over the eyes, isn't he? Very much over that.
The thing is, Xander's also trying to put his hands up. He's not holding it in. So,
yeah.
I don't know about that one because I think it's the player has to look, and it's the penalties for holding it in. So if the player's obviously holding it in, but the player who's got the ball is just holding it there, like, look, I'm trying. Then I think they should make the effort to actually get the ball away and use it. But I mean,
so Andre Pollard looking a much easier kick from right in front of the posts. And he is successful, and the Springboks go even further ahead here. 24 points to 15, 9-point game now with, about 11 minutes to go. Ollie Kebbell is on. Xander Fagerson is off. So Finn Russell gets us restarted. And it's a brilliant take in the air from Nukamniawam. And the Springboks will go through the forwards to enable Kobus Reinach to clear. Ball sent up. Great take from Finn Russell. On the halfway line, Ollie Kebbell, first involvement for him. Scotland going through the forwards on the halfway line here. Penalty!
Again, Malcolm Marks this time.
The Springboks, Malcolm Marks, that's what he's been brought on to do. And he's done it very, very well. And Steyn is going to line one up. And we know how big a boot this guy's got. Ten minutes to go now. You think if this goes over, it's certainly over. The score's on the bottom of your screen, Robbie.
24 points to
15. So 3 changes for Scotland now. Do you think these changes are coming too late?
I don't know. It's probably no. I think about the right time, but again, I don't know. Just who the changes are. Like I don't know if they're going to make a massive difference. Like going to it's.
So kick from about.
I'm sorry, mate. I'm a bit deflated now. Like just
sets it up beautifully, and it's straight through the post. And the Springboks take a 12-point lead here, meaning that it's likely that the Scottish would have to score 2 tries. So George Horne is on, Adam Hastings is on.
Matt Scott goes off. So
Finn goes to the centre, you'd think.
Yeah, obviously going to try and play the 10-12 with 2 10s.
Springboks with the ball in their own 22 here, looking to clear their lines. Not long to go in this one. Now, folks, don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, to hit the subscribe button. It's free to do. It helps grow the channel. We've got New Zealand against Ireland watch along next. And if you're watching on Facebook, like the Facebook page as well.
What was that for?
I think Chris Harris is just out.
No, it's a penalty. It's a penalty.
Oh, I'm not too sure then. So 8 minutes to go in this one. Let's have a look at some of your comments. We got quite a few Springbok supporters in here. Van Steyn, the unluckiest Bok. What a player he has been.
Yeah.
Jamie Hodgson on for Sam Skinner in the lock as well. That's been confirmed now. That's gone through.
Yeah. Oh, it was it was a line out. I thought he was awarding the penalty there. I don't know what the penalty was for.
Kobus Reinach sends it up. Challenge for Blair King on, and he's dropped it. It's gone forward.
No, apparently not.
Oh, apparently not.
I thought it was a bit forward too, but
Edsbeth looking to get over the ball, but he hasn't managed to do it. Scotland are going to get anything from this game. They need to really do it now. Hastings, Finn Russell looks up, tries the kick. Duran van der Merwe a little bit static, but beats his first man.
Oh, surely Kobus Reinach was offside here.
Adam Hastings finding Matt Ferguson. Hastings goes to the little kick over the top. He's going to bounce kindly for Pollard. Brilliant tackle, though.
Good tackle.
Pressure needs to be on here. Turned over by Scotland. Hogg spots the space. It's not a bad kick at all, and he'll go out. And there'll be pressure on this South African line out. Well, they're in the right area of the field with just about over 6 minutes to go. Although the kick from Hastings wasn't great, the tackle was fantastic.
Yeah, that's excellent. No, excellent play from Adam Hastings there.
So line out to the Springboks here. And they do win the ball. Cobus Reinach gets it out. And they'll go through the forwards here. Dwayne Vermeulen carrying. And he will clear his lines and send it off. It's a decent clearing kick from him as well. So 5 minutes to go in this one. It looks as if South Africa are going to get the job done. And more changes for this Springbok side now.
Jasper Wiese.
Yeah, Dwayne Vermeulen's off. Jasper Wiese of Leicester Tigers is on. And Scotland win the lineouts, although it's a bit messy. Hastings gets it in. George Horton trying to dance his way around. Being caught here. And the blitz defence from the Springboks really hurting Scotland. King on trying to dance his way through a few players, passes it. It's all a little bit loose though from Scotland. And it's been done.
I dropped it.
And the Springboks will get the point in. Scotland trying to play a little bit too much there.
Well, obviously we'll have to go for it, but again, just playing too much sevens, and South African defence is now just looking awesome, to be honest.
The pressure they're putting you under is just...
it's just good. It's just, and the thing is, their discipline, which is had its moments at times, but in the last 10 minutes or so, it's just been pretty much spot on. So.
And this is why they're world champions at the end of the day, isn't it? Although Scotland haven't helped themselves with the line-outs and knock-ons, the Springboks have just been that good, haven't they, really?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, like, main thing I'd criticise our performance is the set pieces. The scrums at times we've not got parity enough, and the lineouts, as you said, like especially those two lineouts in the second half, well, those consecutive lineouts in the second half, I should say, where we just lost them. I mean, they're the big points, and also Finn's kicking's not been great either. So
well, you've left 6 points out there, is it, from kicks? I want to say 6 points. 8. So
two penalties.
And a conversion, of course. And big scrum coming in here.
Again,
Springboks.
It's just the way they're just
so good, aren't they?
They're just I want to swear here, but they're just absolute
pain in the arse.
Pain in the arses, like it's like why you hate watching South Africa, because they're like so good at what they do, but it's like
it's not
attractive rugby, but they do
and
it so
Andre
well.
Pollard is going to go for the post right in front of the posts. Just while we have a break and play, don't forget we're going to be doing a watch long for Ireland against the All Blacks. That's going to be going live in about 15 minutes time. So I'm going to drop a link in the chat now. So do hit that link, hit the reminder on that, and we will be live very, very shortly for that. So do join me for that one. And that should be a great game of rugby as well. So do join me for that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, by the way, and to Kyle's channel as well. Andre Pollard has added the 3 points. The Springboks are up to the 30-point mark. So 30 points to 15. It is a 15-point game now. Summarise this game up for me from a Scotland point of view. Give me a positive and give me something to work on for Scotland. What's been the positives?
The 2 tries, which were very well worked, and we had. I don't know.
Johan van der Merwe has been very good.
Van der Merwe has been excellent.
Chance here for Scotland. Stuart Hogg bounces off his man into the 22, though. Could Scotland finish with a flourish? Hastings, a little bit indecisive there. Ball is still there, though. Horn into Hamish Watson. Bounces off Stephen Kitsoff. And is turned over by the Springboks once again, and the battle of the breakdown. Springboks certainly come out on top in. Oh, intercepted. Hastings. Oh, the pass is not quite there for them, and there'll be a line out to the Springboks.
Aye.
Eben Etzebeth, the man of the match. What do you make of that?
Yeah, no, his tackling's been immense. His carrying's been good. The line out, he's been his normal rock solid self. So yeah, fair enough, I'd say. Although Mapimpi obviously a shout. Delande has been very good as well. And I think Saya Khaleesi's had another very good game as well.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. So that's confirmed that South Africa will now be number 1 in the world, no matter what happens with Ireland and the All Blacks. The clock is going to turn red in about 15 seconds. Where the Springboks
tell him to use it. You can't just be handing it back like that.
Where Scotland will lose their first game of the autumn. Ref has told them to use it. Ball is still there, though, for the Springboks, just about. And they're going to get rid of it here. And Etzebeth will send it off. And that is the final score. Scotland 15, the Springboks 30. Final score then in this one. Congratulations to the Springboks. Commiserations to Scotland. Kyle, a disappointing result, but some positives there as well. What will be the mindset now ahead of Japan, do you think, next week?
I think, I don't know, just try and dust ourselves down, take the positives. We won't get as much of a mauling up front next week as we did today, and just try and be slicker with execution, and try and be slicker and try and be more more efficient with set pieces as well. I think they're the main things to take out, but because there was a couple of things like South Africans' power, we've not got much control over there. And that second try by Mapimpi was just absolute top drawer. That was one, I think, nothing much we could have done there. And just a few other things are just silly penalties and not being able to get an upper hand in, at least parity, pardon me, in the scrums, and silly lineouts as well. We lost 3 throws in a row. Again, it's just cut out the silly errors, really. That's the main thing I'd take.
Yeah, I think so. It's going to be a different challenge against Japan, isn't it? We're going to leave it there because I'm going to jump on and do Ireland against the All Blacks. The link is in the chat. So make sure to hit on that. We'll be going live in about 10 minutes time. So just head over there, get it ready, get going, get your snacks ready. I'm going to head over, get mine sorted. Kyle, thank you very much for jumping on, as always, mate. Let me get your link in the chat as well. Do head over to Kyle's channel. He will make a reaction, I'm sure, to this game. So make sure to check out Kyle's channel and subscribe to him as well. And of course, do hit the subscribe button here as well. And I will see you in a second for Ireland against the